What's cracking, guys? Bruce Matson, your host of the show of Metric Scout Fantasy Football. Today, we have another mock draft. I've been running mock drafts hot on this channel, but this is an actual startup mock draft that I'm in. We're doing this for DynastyLeagueFootball.com to compile ADP, but I figured I'd go over the draft with you guys so you guys can get a feel of how some players are going off the board in a live mock draft. For you guys, hit up the comments. Let me know who you feel is being overdrafted, underdrafted, or whoever you like. Whatever's running through your head, let us know so we can talk about it. Drop some likes. Let's get the party started. With that being said, let's look at this mock draft. Here is the mock draft in its entirety. As you can see, we have 4.5 rounds started. We're going to cover just the first 4, and then we'll catch up with the rest on another video, probably in the next couple days. Go over those rounds and maybe keep going if things keep going hot and heavy. Let's start digging into this, though. First round has been pretty straightforward, especially at the start. We start things off. Justin Jefferson, Jonathan Taylor, Jamar Chase. Those are the 3 hot young Dynasty assets. You can flip them and flop them any way you want. You're going to catch usually those 3 coming off at the top. CeeDee Lamb's next. Young wide receiver holding a lot of value. Some people don't value him this high. Some people want to go other assets in this part. But CeeDee Lamb is going to be productive in this league for a long time. He is going to be a part of the Cowboys offense for a bit. So you can't really argue that much against it. Same thing with A.J. Brown. Very good wide receiver, not in the greatest offense, but he has shown us elite level talent. I am in the 6th spot. That is me there, and I went with DeAndre Swift. Second running back off the board, young running back, productive, catching passes out of the backfield. Now things are starting to get a little different. Now things are starting to get harder to project, different from probably draft to draft. DeAndre Swift, usually a first rounder. A.J. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, Jonathan Taylor, Justin Jefferson. We all know that. Here, 107, Javonte Williams, big-time riser. Projecting out going into this draft over the last few days, few weeks, kind of figured he was going to be a first-rounder, but projecting that out from 6 months ago, that would have been very hard question to ask. But yes, he is at the 107 here. And from reading the tea leaves from the market on social media, a lot of people are going to value him this high. Kyle Pitts, first rounder. Again, high-end tight end prospect. You're going to see that if he's been productive during his rookie season. Naji Harris, first rounder. Again, at the 109, young running back, getting touches, getting workload, showing some production. We saw DK Metcalf get selected at the 110. He's still a first-round wide receiver in Dynasty. Due to his age, due to his potential production, he does have some peaks and valleys, though, from week to week. But the thing here we see is Jalen Waddle sneak into the first round. Jalen Waddle, a young rookie wide receiver, balling out, getting his targets from Tua. That's not too surprising. Those young wide receivers who get coveted highly. At the bottom of the first round, and then we're flipping over to the second. That same person drafted Dalvin Cook, then Nick Chubb. Double them up at running backs. 2 older running backs. Again, they're falling a little bit. Dalvin Cook, early first rounder prior to this season. And age, injuries, younger players bumping up. It's going to dilute some of the older guys. We see this all the time. We could be seeing a reset at running back here soon. Dalvin Cook could be a part of that. He's at the 112, though. Still a first rounder in this mock. Nick Chubb's 201. Top end running backs in this draft here. Cooper Kupp has played his way up to the 202 part in this draft. He was very productive this year. He's earned it. I don't have the ADP on hand. Imagine he was a mid-rounder of some sort over the offseason in Dynasty. He's even over Tyreek Hill, who was selected above him. Tyreek Hill's had a decent season this year as well. Again, a lot of spike weeks. When he hits in fantasy. But he is an older wide receiver. Once he starts losing a step, that's going to impact his ability to get downfield. his ability to score in his splash plays, but still, second rounder. connected to Mahomes. He's worth it here. He's in a good offense. Christian McCaffrey, something you want to look at here. Former 101, 102 pick in startup drafts. Now you're getting him in the early portion of the second round. 25 years old, probably be 26 next year. Really, if you have McCaffrey, you're pretty much going to have to ride him till the wheels fall off or take a hit in trade value. You pick what you want to do there, but right now, second rounder, that could change if he gets back on the wagon, starts scoring like he used to, getting 29, 30 fantasy points per game. Devonte Adams, weird scenario he's in. He's an older wide receiver. If Aaron Rodgers is gone, what's that going to mean for him? Where's he going to go in free agency? Is he going to go to the Raiders, pair with Derek Carr? What's going to happen there? Elijah Mitchell at the 206 spot here. This is fascinating. I knew he was going to jump up in value. I just didn't know how far. I just wanted to see what the market was going to pull on him and what the market was going to be like. But at the 206 spot, a rookie running back showed that burst, showed that flash, was productive. Productive rookie running backs jump up in value quick in Dynasty. We're seeing this right now with Elijah Mitchell. T. Higgins is who I selected right after him. If you've been watching this channel, if you've been paying attention, big T. Higgins advocate. I feel like he is going to be very productive at the NFL level for a long time. Still just 22 years old. I get it. He's sharing that offense with Chase, but there's a lot of offense to go around, and he's very talented. Deebo Samuel at the 108 earned it. Very good wide receiver / running back almost, and really took over. As long as he's healthy, he's good to go. That's all I got to say about that. 109 is DJ Moore. Very talented wide receiver, hyper athletic, good collegiate profile. He's still only 24 years old. He's just a little bit older than some of the rookies that are coming out. We got a long time of production with him. He's not going to fall off the map anytime soon. So you're still, when you buy DJ Moore, not only you have to think of the now, which could be a little volatile because the quarterback play is not that good. But with DJ Moore, you're also getting longevity. You're going to get him for another 5, 6, 7, 8 more seasons. And if you value that, then you're going to value that highly. Deontay Johnson here at the 210 spot. That's a good get there due to what he scores points per game when he's healthy. And Pittsburgh's going to get better at quarterback or at least make a change at quarterback. 211, Elijah Moore. Rookie wide receiver who's shown some flashes of talent and has been productive. Again, rookies, rookie wide receivers, rookie running backs. If they produce in their first year, they bump up in ADP. We're seeing that here in the second round. Stefan Diggs tails off this second round. Again, we know who this guy is. Very talented wide receiver, but he's getting older. He's an older wide receiver. When will he fall off the table? No one knows. He could be that wide receiver who's productive into his mid-30s, or the end is near. We don't know, but we do know he's talented. Starting off the third round, that same drafter drafted Devonta Smith. So he went veteran, then he went with a high-end rookie, smart move there. Devonta Smith, as we all know, former Heisman Trophy winner. Over a 20% target share with the Eagles this year, and is just going to blossom going forward, I feel like. If not, you're going to get steady production. They're going to be using him in the offense because they have paid that sunk cost on him, and he's also flashed enough talent to where you can safely bet on him. J.K. Dobbins in the third round, I feel like, is a discount. He's going to be back next year. That Ravens offense used a bunch of veteran running backs, got over 800 yards with them. Imagine Dobbins there getting a workload for a full season. I'm very excited about that. I imagine he has a good opportunity to get catapulted into the second or first round this time next year. Austin Eckler at the 303 spot's a good value. Again, older running back, but I feel like he's got some years left, and he's a high-end producer. Same thing with Joe Mixon. A lot of people were down on him going into this season. A lot of redrafters, but he's 25 years old, probably going on 26 going into next year. Again, this Bengals offense is something you want a part of. Joe Burrow, Chase, Higgins, Mixon, Boyd. You just want a bunch of them. Alvin Kamara, former top 5 Dynasty running back. Now he's in the middle of the third round. Speaks volumes. 1, he's older. 2, he's had some injuries. 3, Drew Brees is gone. This is not the same Saints offense. Is he a falling knife, or is he going to get it back together? Either way, he's a depreciating asset. The worse it goes, production-wise for him, the worse he'll fall. But here in the 3rd round is a testament to how much his value has dropped over the last 12 to 18 months. Next is Saquon Barkley. I drafted him. I felt like it was a good value. Age 24 running back, but in a horrific offense. Injuries. And again, splitting the backfield too has just not been a great year for him. But also that whole team's been awful in general. Betting on talent this stage in the game, though, the draft, is something you want to do, especially at running back, though. I feel good at that. Michael Pittman, after that, had some productive weeks this year. He blossomed. He balled out. Young wide receiver, 2nd year. I get it why he's in the 3rd round. Terry McLaurin, one of the better wide receivers in the league. 308, 18th pick off the board. Wide receiver 18th off the board, actually. Wide receiver 18. And again, bad quarterback play, bad offense, but things could turn around quick if they draft the best or better, if they draft a better quarterback going forward. And also, I feel like no matter what, we've seen the downside here. He's going to give you some years with production, even with bad quarterback play. So the floor was probably this year. He is older than what people think. He may not have as long as we think of production. The longevity may not be there for McLaurin. So that's another thing you want to think when selecting him. But I also like him. I feel like he's pretty steady. Derrick Henry at the 309. Again, this is a running back. He's getting older, but when he's healthy and playing, you're talking about RB1 production and a guy that just hits his ceiling consistently. And I like Derrick Henry a lot. One of my favorite running backs there. And I feel like this is the value, especially if you're here for the short term. We don't know how much longer he's got, but I figure he probably at least has a few more years, maybe longer, because it's not like the start of his career he was heavily used. Antonio Gibson, bigger back, catches the ball in the backfield. But that Washington offense, you just got to watch out for. Not the sexiest offense in the NFL. Mark Andrews, a good selection here at the back half of the 3rd round because 25-year-old tight end getting a lot of targets for the Ravens. When they need someone to come through, they look for Mark Andrews. Aaron Jones is fascinating here because who knows what's going to happen with Aaron Rodgers. If he's gone, Aaron Jones is just going to fall in value. It's going to pitfall. If Rodgers is there another year or two, or whatever, however long, Aaron Jones is going to be steady Eddie. He's going to be productive, but we have to see what happens. Him falling to this late in the 3rd round is probably a good value at that aspect. Would I bet on that? I'm kind of scared of him, honestly. Same thing here with Ezekiel Elliott. What we saw this year is not looking good. He gets volume. He gets a lot of touches. That's about it, though. We're losing speed. We're losing some of the touches to Pollard, and he's not as consistent as what we've seen in years past. 4th rounder, former 1st rounder, former top 5 guy or even higher, but we're seeing age kick in here with old Zeke. Chris Godwin at the 402 spot. Older wide receiver, injured this year. He's good though. He's steady. He's high-end producer in offense, gets targets. Calvin Ridley. I don't know his situation. I imagine he would have been drafted higher if he's been playing. I understand that. A little bit falling value. He could be back next year. There's a good chance that he is. 4th rounder is a discount for that. Mike Evans, again, productive, air yards guy, producer, has been consistent throughout his career, even though he's getting older now. Long term, may not be there, but for right now, it's been good. Allen Robinson, kind of scared here. Again, 4th rounder is kind of high for a guy his age who hasn't been producing. Bad offense, bad quarterback play. I just think those days might be over with. We may get some glimpses, some weeks of him flashing some of that talent, but it might be done. It might be over with here, and the 4th round might be a little bit high. Michael Carter here in the 4th round might be a discount. due to how much this dude is used in the passing game for the Jets, how much volume he gets, and he's productive. And rookie running backs who gives you production usually shoot up the board. He shot up the board pretty good here, still for the 4th round. But like in the 3rd round, I wouldn't shake a stick at it. I wouldn't be against him being drafted in the 3rd round. I think this is a good discount here for Michael Carter. I could see people letting him fall to the 5th too in some mock drafts, but I think this is a good equilibrium of value here for Michael Carter. Him here being drafted the 406 range. 407, this is me. I took the risk on Cam Akers. I felt good about that with him coming back a little bit this season. I think he's going to come back and compete for touches next year, possibly be the dude. That burst, that explosiveness is something I want, and I also want to shoot for upside. George Kittle, again, he's not a young puppy anymore. Still productive when healthy. He's your tight end 3 up the board here. David Montgomery is an underrated running back in a bad offense. He's the RB20 off the board in the 4th round. He could give you some good value here in the 4th. He's only, 24 years old, will be 25, so it's not like he's super old either. Jerry Jeudy, younger wide receiver in a piss-poor offense. They don't push it downfield that much, but he does get a decent target share. He's had it before, and he's got age on his side. Could be giving you some production somewhere down the road. 4th round value here. Here's where things are starting to get a little iffy on some of the picks. Travis Etienne, 1st rounder, running back for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Upside is high here. Risk is high. But I like it here. You got to shoot on those young players. And young players are not cheap. They just aren't. That's just part of the game here in Dynasty. You want to get those young assets for the longevity. Last pick here we're going to cover is Chase Claypool. Last pick of the 4th round. Good value, considering that we're going to be seeing changes in the Steelers' offense. Juju Smith-Schuster might be gone. Again, productive, high upside, touchdown getter. Chase Claypool, decent spot for him. Wide receiver 24 off the board too, so he's like the last wide receiver 2 value there is in this draft. But that's it for this mock draft. Let me know what you think. Let me know who you think's overvalued. I kind of went over it pretty quick. I tried not to kill anybody's picks, obviously. There were some values that I kind of questioned. I liked most of it. I feel like the value in this draft was pretty tight, pretty spot on. But let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. Again, I want to thank you, and I'll catch you next time.